Hey guys, it's Bea. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm here with some favourites, and before I start, yes, I am using a ring light finally, so that I can film in the evening because that's when I have my downtime, mainly. So I'm not sure. I think this is better in that I'm not in shadow and stuff like that, but it might be a bit glary and too bright. I've been fiddling with the settings, so it would be really great if you could leave a comment down below if you feel that it's too glary. I noticed when I was holding up objects, the light really catches on them. I don't know if that's what it normally is like, or if I need to then do some filtering or whatever, but just give me some feedback because I don't know what the hell I'm doing basically. Okay, so in this video I'm going to be talking about recent favourites. So it isn't, I had planned to do like a greatest hits of 2017, but there were just so many things, and obviously we've been in winter. So to genuinely try and reflect on what I used right back in the spring and summer of last year, I didn't really feel it was going to be accurate. I felt like I was just plucking things out of the air, and it would mostly be stuff that I enjoyed recently anyway. So these are just the things that I've liked in the last quarter, say from around Christmas time to now, that I've loved loads of other things, but I've really distilled it down to the things that have really made a difference or that I've really enjoyed the most. The other thing to say is that I haven't got any makeup in this. I'm looking at my little table of stuff here. I haven't got any makeup because I'm going to talk about what's in my makeup bag and a review of like all my new makeup that I've bought since Christmas or got given for Christmas in another video. And I hate doubling up. I get really confused about what I've spoken about, what I haven't spoken about. So I've just removed the makeup from this video. And also jewellery. I've been really into wearing my, I've repeatedly talked about how I buy less fashion jewellery and I'd rather buy so-called real jewellery. But there have been a few exceptions to that and some things that I've really enjoyed, and so I thought I would wait and do that in a separate video too. So in this video it's just going to be a couple of accessories, some fragrance, just a few little bits just to get back into making videos regularly really. So let's get started. So the first two things are watches. So you may or may not know that my main two watches are my Rolex, which this one is like mother of pearl with the Roman numerals, and it's all stainless steel, and I really enjoy this watch. However, ever since I got it, I wanted to be a bit more careful with this one. So I previously to this, in the same size, had the two tones, so the gold and the stainless steel with the gold face. And for me personally, I don't mind the two-tone strap, but I didn't really like the gold dial. I felt it was too much gold on my skin tone. I've realised that I like gold jewellery, but I like very fine, delicate gold jewellery because it just looks too much on me otherwise. So I decided to part X that watch for this one, and I'm really, really happy with this watch. That watch I wore every day for 5 years plus, and actually when it went to be serviced just before I decided to sell it, I realised how many scratches and dinks and stuff, and how, yeah, it's great to use your things and have them as everyday things, but it was just a little bit a bit battered because I hadn't been very careful with it. So with this one, I just don't want to take it for granted that if I wear it every day, it stops feeling so special. So I have bought a couple of fashion watches that were really inexpensive, something I never thought I would do. But I've really enjoyed wearing them, and like then when I get this one out a few times a week, it feels more special. So the first one is by Clues, and this is like a mesh watch, and it has a greyish silver dial. And see this, I have to get used to this light thing because my face looks okay in the light, but when I'm holding things up they look really glary, so I need to work on that. And it has some gold as well, so because it has gold and silver, that's great because this hasn't got any gold in it, and it means that I've got a variety of hardwares. It's really comfortable and like flat that way, and I've really been enjoying that one. And that was about, I don't know, they're about 80 to 100 pounds depending on which one you get. And this one, I wanted one with a leather strap because I don't have a watch with a leather strap. And this one has a white face, the edge or bezel, whatever it's called, is rose gold, and it has black leather. And as I said, this is by Daniel Wellington, and I'm also really enjoying that. So it's just giving me more of a variety. I also have my Apple Watch, which I was rotating with this one quite a lot, but having some more is just fun, and you can stack different jewellery on that wrist and stuff. So I've really been enjoying those. Next is fragrance. So I have two fragrance things to talk about. The first one is just the Hermes Twilly is this Eau de Parfum or Eau de Toilette? Eau de Parfum, which I think is quite new. I really like this. It's quite rare for me to smell a new perfume launch and really love it. I probably only like 1 in 10 fragrances that I smell. If there's not something that jumps out as being a bit different to me, I just feel that they all smell the same and I just can't be bothered. But this smells like the Covent Garden Hotel, which is my second home or my favourite place to stay in London. And they have their own range of products called Ric Rac, and they smell really similar to this. So there was this instant recognition and nostalgic thing. It's quite sweet, but it's not fruity sweet. It's kind of soft and honeyed and instantly cozy, a bit like My Burberry is instantly cozy. They're kind of similar in a way, but I just instantly like that, and it really surprised me because I don't usually. And then the other one is a group of products really from Chanel. So as soon as this came out, I really liked it, the number 5 Low. I have the Gabrielle, which I don't really like. I think it's a little bit poor and just so bland and generic, and I'm a bit disappointed in that one. But this one I really enjoy because I find it hard to wear number 5. I have number 5, I spray it onto jumpers or coats, I spray it onto my sofa cushions sometimes, but to wear it on my skin, I just find it a little bit intoxicating and overpowering. I like it about an hour and a half later, but sometimes it just makes me feel heady. Coco's the same. But this one I find just instantly wearable. The only problem with it was it just doesn't last on me. Like, I've never had a perfume that dissipates on my skin and just goes away so quickly, apart from Jo Malone, some of the Jo Malone ones. So on the recommendation of my local Chanel beauty counter lady, I picked up these 2 body products. So this is the number 5 loose powder with the powder puff. It's really pleasurable to use. And this is the body lotion. I love this stuff. So I don't like thick body creams, and this is a light lotion. And obviously these are number 5, but because they're not the actual fragrance, they're more powdery and soft, and they really complement this one. So I feel like that layering helps this fragrance to kind of hang around longer. And then in the autumn, they brought out a purse spray, and I really like this one. It's matte white, and you just twist it up, and it comes with 3 of the, I think they're 20 mils, are they? Something like that. Yeah, 23 of the 20 mil things. So before that I was having to use like a Travelo, oh, what have I done? Yeah, a Travelo, but I just like taking this out with me. It's really chic. So I've really been enjoying that, and that, apart from my exclusives from Chanel, that's my second favourite Chanel fragrance. So we've done those 2. There's a beauty tool next that I wanted to mention, and I've been meaning to mention it in a previous video and just keep forgetting. So this is the Nurse Jamie Uplift tool. This is the box that it comes in, and it's described as a massaging beauty roller. So this is just a tool for giving you a facial massage, and the information on the box says it's got these massaging stones. It sort of spins. It's cold because it's metal, so it has a nice tightening effect in the morning. And it basically, the massage helps to tone just temporarily and lift and make everything more taut. And I think because you're bringing blood to the surface of the skin by doing the massage action, it just kind of wakes up your skin if it's looking a bit dull in the morning. I feel like I can tell a difference. I find it relaxing and just pleasurable, so I do it at night as well. There are YouTube videos, but there was also, I think, is it still in here? I think my daughter took it out, but there was like a leaflet in there that just gives you exactly the whereabouts on the face and whether to do it this way or whatever. My favourite is under the eyes for like tightening and brightening and depuffing in the morning. If I don't have time to do anything else, I just do that. If you sinusy, you can kind of press in there, and it's really soothing. So I use this every single day. You can get this on Cult Beauty or Net-a-Porter in the UK. It's about £60, but honestly I think it's well worth it. And then we're on to my favourite accessories, and I've loved so much, and I've been so good at rotating my bags recently. I love everything in my collection. I feel like there are a couple of things that I'm still obsessing over, but I had said, hadn't I, that I wasn't gonna, you're wonky, that's a shame. I wasn't gonna get any bags in 2018, but I kind of know what I want to get at the end of 2018. And so it's been hard to pick a favourite because I've rotated and used my bags pretty evenly. But these three things are new this winter, so I thought it would be fun to share them with you, and they have been really strong favourites. So my favourite SLG has been from Dior, and I got this just before Christmas. I went shopping with my very good friends Sally and Shabby, and we went to an event at Dior on Sloane Street, and I picked this beauty up. It's just a little lambskin lady kind of Dior style card holder, like the multi-cut has from Louis Vuitton, and it concertinas out, and it has three sections that are a bit wider, and then these two at the ends. I feel like I can even put coins in here, even though it doesn't shut per se. When you do that, I don't really feel like money comes out. I don't really keep coins in here, but if I get change, I can put it in here temporarily. I feel like this holds a ton. Like, I could put everything that I'd put in my small wallet in here. It's just so cute. It's beautifully made. I felt quite surprised by the price when I asked. It was really reasonable, and I had a similar Chanel one that I sold last year, so this was like replacing it, and it's just a bit more functional than that one because there's more slots. And honestly, I've had a really hard time switching out of this into other things because I've loved it that much. Just look at that beautiful smooth leather and not a scratch on it. I have used this thing so much, and this leather is just, it looks and feels buttery soft, but it's just really been resilient, and there's no wear on the corners. I just love this thing. Scarf, honestly, I love, it's not that I'm sick of them, I do love all my Burberry and Louis Vuitton shawls. However, my style this winter was a bit kind of simple and plain in a way, but I liked that. And I really like a long scarf that you could just throw around your neck. You know, I feel like when I wear a shawl, I do need to put it on in front of a mirror and like adjust it when I first put it on and take time to style it. And sometimes when you've got a little kid and you're always late for everything, I'm always late for everything, this was just easy. So I got my first Acne scarf. I think it's called the Canada scarf or something. I just want all the colours. It's so soft and cozy. This is the skinny one, but it is not skinny. Look, for anyone who's not sure, if they're obviously not the time of year to get one now, but it is 100% virgin wool, made in Italy. It's by Acne Studios. I got mine on Net-a-Porter. This is called Raisin or something, I think. So it's burgundy, but it actually also looks chocolate brown in certain lights, and I found it a really useful colour. And you could just chuck it on like that. It's really long, so it's plenty long enough to go. It needs a bit of TLC. It needs to be, I need to defluff it because it's got balls and things on it. It's just, sometimes, and it's really cold, slightly warmer than the shawls and thicker. And I just felt like it's plain. So sometimes when you're wearing Louis Vuitton canvas bags, if you've got like a patterned shawl and a patterned bag, I found that a bit busy, so I really enjoyed having a plain long scarf. The price is great. I can't remember, but it was around $150 or maybe even less than that, and yet it's just been, honestly, I used this thing, I got it in November I think, and I've worn it now then for 4 months, just constantly. Brilliant buy. Next year definitely want to get, I think probably a grey one, light grey, marl grey kind of vibe, and I have my eye on a Burberry giant check scarf as well. And then the last thing to talk about, oh, there's a couple of things in this bag. Oh, is this bag. This is my Mulberry mini zipped Bayswater. So when they brought out the zipped Bayswater with the strap and the top zip, they were just the small and then a bigger one, and the bigger one is absolute. Some of the larger bags in the Bayswater family are ginormous, and then there was the small one which my friend got, and I really liked it, but I felt like in the bigger version it didn't look so refined. It looked a bit clunky and a bit, in my opinion, a bit work baggy, and I didn't want that. Also, the strap on everything else in the Mulberry Bayswater family is either not adjustable, whereas this is, and not long enough to cross body on me, and this one is. So when they launched this size, I was on it. I couldn't get it in person because in Bristol there's 3 places you can buy Mulberry. There's Harvey Nichols, House of Fraser and John Lewis, but they obviously are concessions. They don't have all the styles and they didn't have this. So I had to just look at the measurements and buy it online, and honestly it's been such a winner. There are things I don't really like about this bag, certain niggles about the quality, but overall in terms of the dimensions, the weight, the functionality, the colour, the beautiful oxblood colour leather, I honestly have had a hard time switching out of this bag. It's been one of my most worn bags recently. It has a zip on the top, so there's no fiddling around with a flap. You can have this little strap detail done up, or if you want it to look more casual, you can kind of open it up, and also that means that you can relax the straps and the bag kind of stretches out that way a bit more, and it will just sort of sit. It's not doing it now. It will just sort of sit in a relaxed way when you undo the belts. It's just really lovely. You could take the strap off. It's a mini bag, guys. It's looking bigger because it always does on YouTube. When the person's in the background and you hold the bag up, it looks massive, but it's about the same size as the Celine Nano. Obviously that's a more expensive bag. I tried that on a few times. The strap length worked for me crossbody, but like Minnie said in her recent video, it's not adjustable, and I really like that I can make this shorter on the shoulder. I can take it off. I just really like it, and it's not affordable, but it's a lot cheaper than the Celine Nano. I think this is around $8.50, $8.95, which for a leather Mulberry bag is good. I do think there's some issues with the quality. I spoke about that on my Instagram live the other day, in that it seems to scuff easily and you get like a tiny patch of colour loss. So I've been using like leather cream and restoring the leather that way. It was very dry feeling when I got it, but it's getting more supple now. It holds so much, guys, because it's not a very flat bag. It's got plenty of depth. I've got in here today my book, my Toiletry 15, which has got quite a lot in it. It's packed. It's got my Chanel mirror. I'll show you what it's got in it because it's quite fun. Chanel mirror. One of those Vicks sinus nose stick things. I've had the worst headache today. Oh, my favourite lipstick at the moment, which is Duchess by Charlotte Tilbury. It's really quite pink. It's coming off even brighter pink there, but it's pink, but it's not like garish. I honestly love that lipstick. This little mouse purse that's got my Apple AirPods in it because the white thing was getting really scratched up. A rollerball. This is really good, guys. If you get a late afternoon slump like I do, especially that I've been like kind of trying to eat healthily, and I'm doing 2 5-2 diet days a week, and honestly when you only have 500 calories you can get really floppy at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. This is Remedies to Roll Energy by Nails Yard. So it's an essential oil rollerball, and it's just an uplifting essential oils. So in here it's got rosemary, lavender, citrus, petitgrain, geranium, vetiver, and some other things that I can't read. It's really nice. You just rub it on your pulse points. And some headache pills. So there's that. I have my phone in there. I've been using my Gucci Marmont card holder as a wallet. My big, I've got a Louis Vuitton key clay with keys, and it's full of change. That's downstairs. This brush, I could fit loads more. I could fit a water bottle stood up. It would poke out a little bit, but yeah, it's really light when it's empty. I love that bag. Yeah, and a novel, a full-sized paperback fits fine. So I love that. And I can even fold my scarf or shawl. If I had a shawl with a little dust bag, I could put the shawl in there as well. So it fits loads. So I didn't need a bigger one. So that's kind of it, really. As I said, I've bought loads of makeup recently, but I have got that all in a bag. So I'm going to do what's in my makeup bag, but it will be kind of all the new stuff, not just like my everyday stuff, just all the new stuff I've put in that bag. And then I was going to do like a fashion jewellery kind of video. And then yesterday I shot a what have I read, or what am I reading, or what am I listening to on Audible. I thought I'd do that separately because I can get really carried away talking about books. So there's lots coming up. I really would like your feedback on this lighting. I think it is too bright, but I'm not filming this again. You'll just have to like turn down the brightness. And I'm just playing with the, because it's, instead of putting filters on, this one is quite nice. It's got on the dials you can change the warmth, and I think I've got it a little bit white. But I just wanted you to be able to see it. I wanted to be flooded with light, because in here normally there's like one side of my face is in shadow, so I need to play with it. I also wanted to ask other people who make videos, if you are in daylight but you want the light to be more even, can you use it with it, or is it only okay when you have like no light? Do you shut the curtains and you just use the ring light? I don't get it. So I hope you enjoyed these favourites, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.